You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
The United States, and for you to benefit from this investment they're doing. You got everybody in the world opposite from us and opposite from all good doing business with our people. And we're not doing any business with our people. The money floating around out there today, and the imam gets up there and talk about the needs of the Masjid, or the center, or the Beit Masjid, whatever name you call it. It's always a cup passed around. I'm trying to show you where in the Masjid should be involved in investments, non-profit investments. To be receiving certain benefits from the investments that people are making here in the United States to certain businessmen. This is what I'm trying to get you to do. Get part of that money. Have schools that will teach people how to be electricians or electrician's helper, and go down and get papers on electricians, how to be a plumber, how to be a butcher, how to receive grants, how to receive money for painting people's houses. $17,000, $18,000 was out there running around. They give to people that's occupants of houses, that first-time occupants. How to get some of that money coming into your mosque, where you can turn around. Excuse me for making that noise. That you can turn around and open up and help your people. So you can lend them some of the money they're in debt to. Because that's what Allah says to do with some of the zakat. Help the debtor in debt. So I'm trying to get you to do. But you can't do that if you got to borrow, you got to beg for a nickel and a dime here and there. And this is what I'm trying to get you to do. Be able to be involved in investments or set up deals for people that are non-Muslims. Invest money for the brothers overseas, help them invest their money in certain places here in Rhode Island and around the world. That's what my part of the relationship program was all about. Each Masjid should have a, like I said, an economic development department. It must develop money for its own thing. You got money being used in this state to open up mosques, to build a mosque. People walking around trying to build a mosque. I want you to do something for me. I want you to close your eyes and look at who is trying to build a mosque in Rhode Island or in whatever state you're in. Who is trying to build a mosque in them states? And who is trying to fix a storefront mosque or old church or old garage or old house? And who received the money for the last mosques that's built? What they look like, where they come from, and who gave them the money? It's very important to you to do that. Then you'll understand what I'm saying to you. You will understand then what I'm saying to you. We must turn around and do what we must do. We must develop our people's money and help them develop their money and help them develop their money through the masjids and everything else. There's many companies out here that are non-profit. There's many foundations that help people establish a lot of things. We must establish foundations. And it's got to be done right away. But like I said, the people's trying to help you. You're being trained to bite them, attack them, like German shepherds, like Animal Farm, the Doberman pinschers that were trained by the pigs. I think you should read them books. How come they sent the donkey, the horse and the donkey, to the slaughterhouse? You need to read Animal Farm. It's very important. You can see what I'm talking about if you look around you. It's out there, wide open. Why? It's as clear as my two hands of what's going on against you. And it's being done by people that believe in classism. And yes, and that's a big cue right there. Those that believe in classism. So I advise you, like I advise myself, to look at the truth. And you must do that right away. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Bismillah. I advise you to look at everything like it is. And you're going to have to do this soon. So, you got to get started on this stuff right away. Once you look at the truth and follow the money, the real money, it's got to be done by you, your families, family. If you want to save your kids and your way of life and bring it up to the level it's supposed to be on, you got to do this kind of work, do that. You got to do it fast. Like I told you one time before, when I was overseas, I was reading the newspaper overseas. It's like a bargain paper. It tells you where you can get certain things at. It tells you the investments going on. Tells you what stores are closing, where you can buy the stuff after they have a lot of knowledge in it about buying and selling. So I went down to the place, the newspaper company, and I put in an ad. I took out an ad. I took out an ad in Arabic and English. And it cost me I think it was $80 in American money. And I took out the ad on Monday, on a Monday. And it was going to come out in the paper Wednesday. And when it came out in the newspaper Wednesday, the home forces here in America received a few faxes from Egypt, from the United Arab Emirates, and a couple from Kuwait. While I was still in Kuwait. And so Ibrahim called me up on my nightly phone call thing, and he informed me about these addresses, what they was asking me. There were people that were seeking investments in Rhode Island. They wanted to invest money in Rhode Island, and they was using AMSA. That's our Master Sharia law, AMSA. AMSA, Incorporated, as their base to do it from. He wrote down the addresses of where they was at in Kuwait. One of them was a guy had an automobile shop, and he wanted a shipment of cars. Another one was from a guy that had $100,000 cash money, that he was that cash money, Kuwait cash money, that he was ready to invest in whatever, something that AMSA will recommend. And the other one was the same way, and the one from Egypt was the same thing. Investment companies wanted to know, can they get involved in it? Why I took the ad out, I wanted to see if AMSA could put together a business thing, nonprofit, assistance program on helping people get investments, get investment money from overseas to do business here in the United States, or Rhode Island. And I had 6 letters, 6 people calling up saying yes, it could happen. So I spoke to several people here, automobile shops here, automobile stores here that sell cars secondhand. And they wanted for a secondhand truck, they wanted $14,000 for certain trucks. Cars, they wanted $8,000. They wanted what they were selling the cars here for. And they didn't want to take nothing off. We're talking about a shipment of cars, a boatload of cars, going over there to overseas. Cash deal. Not credit, cash. cash money. I told the people in the car thing here, I said, you got to sell them at a price where you allow the people over there to make some money. You can't give it to them on what you're giving it to a citizen in Rhode Island. You got to make this thing something like a wholesale deal. If you want 14,000, you got to make it where you get 7,500 or 7,000, and the other 7,000 you give to them to do what they want to do with it. So they got to buy from you at 7,500. Then they turn around and sell it to somebody in Kuwait or United Arab Emirates or any of them countries that's like close by them for whatever price they want to put on it. But if they sell it to a dealer over there, then they got to sell it over there for maybe $13,000. Leaving, maybe it's sold over there to them for $10,000. For $10,000. If it's a dealer, and if it's not a dealer, then they can make the price differently. But you gotta allow that thing to be sold 2 times, and everybody making something off of it. And maybe we was negotiating this thing and it sound prosperous, but I wasn't ready yet for that. So I didn't really put anything into it. I first had to get the Sister City, Sister State Relationship Program accepted. And I needed somebody here to do that for me. I needed Sutherland, Governor Sutherland. But when I came over here, Governor Sutherland said he'd go back over there with me and sign papers and stuff. But he had to wait till he win the election, because the election was that to come up. And Alman beat him in the election. So when I asked Alman made believe he didn't know what I was talking about. And he wouldn't see me, he wouldn't talk to me. Jim Tartati, Connie, whatever how you say his name, was pleased with him while he talked to Sheikh. Give Sheikh the time he needs to talk to you. He said, I'm going to give Sheikh time, I'm going to give Sheikh time. And I called him a liar. I said, because you're lying to me, Sheikh Governor. The state trooper looked at me, everybody looked at me, the governor, nobody never called the governor a liar. I called him a liar. And he said, no, I'm not lying to you, Sheikh. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to really talk to you. And that was in the hallway of the State House. We never got to talk. He sent me a gatekeeper. Person that used to work in a bank as a bank vice president, Old Stone Bank. Sent me her, black woman. And she said that the governor's not interested in the fuzzy stuff. He wants the straight up business stuff. So what fuzzy stuff? So the whole thing is business stuff. Where do you get fuzzy stuff from? So that's the way they took it. I also wrote a letter to the President of the United Arab Emirates and a copy of the newspaper article that came out in his country in English and Arabic. And he sent, because I was still stuck over here trying to get back over there, and he sent a sheikh here to Quonset Point, because I showed them Quonset Point. And the meeting I had at Quonset Point about the investments here at Quonset Point and the shipyard and stuff that's here. And he sent a sheikh. His brother owns all the docks, all the shipping things in the United Arab Emirates. And they was ready to do something with. The brother came over here with a sword that belonged to that Perry left over there. And he wanted to speak of, yeah, Rhode Island would like to have this sword. And he tried to give it, and he came over here with the sword and my name and wanted to talk to me, but they made the government make believe he didn't know me. The only reason I got the news from the whole deal was that the writer for the Providence Business News called me up and asked me, Sheikh, do you know about Sheikh so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? I said, no, why? He said, well, the Sheikh asked for you at a meeting with the governor, and he had a sword to give to you to give to the governor. I said, no, I didn't hear about that. So after the brother left, and they refused to see it, they told him they'd think about it, which they didn't. They just disregarded it because they didn't know how to handle it. They turned around, and I got a letter from the governor's office thanking me for giving them the sword and having the brother bring the sword over. I got the letter. I got copies of it here. But that's what happened. So I'm just telling you that to let you know what you missed and what your government in Rhode Island did because of the stones that's in their hearts and the things that's in their hearts that they couldn't fulfill, that they couldn't cut loose. And after Alman left, Contrary went, I sent Contrary a letter. And he went over, the governor here went overseas to visit the soldiers. Why? I don't know why he went over here to visit the soldiers. And then he must have been into Kuwait City and talked to the international head ambassador from Kuwait, which is the governor of Kuwait City. And he must have told him, said, why don't y'all try to revive this thing that you got going on now between Sheikh Abdullah and Kuwait? Because I am down as the coordinator of the program between Rhode Island and Kuwait by the ambassador, the Imam's son, the Emir's son, one of the Emir's sons. And then I looked around, I got attacked by the Republican Party. Attacked me. And I was jumped on by this brother. So I just want y'all to know all this. And I said all this to you, hoping you understand what I went through. And that was for the people of Rhode Island and the Muslims in Rhode Island. That was not for me alone, because I could have got a job out of it and just played it off as the coordinator of the program and got me some help, got me some money on that angle, because that was offered to me overseas. So I didn't. So that's for you brothers and sisters that think I'm some kind of monster. I've been fighting for you in Rhode Island since I've been here, trying to get stuff for you, and been denied. And people have been planting garbage on me since I've been doing it. So I advise you to do what you gotta do, say what you gotta say. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin, ar-Rahmanir Rahim, maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. So this is the last time I talked to you about that. And P.S. postscript. I hope you understand this program, this program, and what I'm saying to you. And maybe you should reconsider your thoughts about me and do what you're supposed to do by Quran and Hadiths, by Allah's commands, and not what your desires tell you to do. Because that's like Allah says, when the desires into the hearts of the believers and the Muslims, so does the devil. My salam.